Welcome back to Schwartzy Plays Go. We had a fun one today because this was a ladder game. This is a recent game I played, and it's a much more long-form game. So this one probably took, I don't know, like a week or something, whereas the other games I typically play are like 30 seconds or a minute per move. They're really quick. Don't have a lot of time to think. So this one, you get a little more time. You can be a little more patient, and it turned out to be a fun one. So I'm 14Q, playing as black, up against white, 18Q. So up against a weaker opponent, and we'll watch that unfold. So I had the first move, and away we go. First little while here, nothing too crazy. It's pretty standard. I get a little aggressive there in that space. Still some big moves open. Pretty conservative play. We kind of locked down, like right away, within 19 moves, it kind of locked down the whole upper portion of the board. A little bit of life over here, and then big moves open still on the right and bottom of the board. So white takes one of those, perfect. I choose to extend there as opposed to throwing in at the bottom. White does throw in at the bottom. Now at this point, it looks pretty even. I got the top of the board. White kind of has the bottom of the board, certainly not on lockdown. I can throw in here in a couple spots for sure. So we can attack that later, but then white's got a little group here, I got a little group here, so it's fairly even. And this is where it starts to unravel for white. So we pick our battle, we're going to attack this stone. The thought being, I think when I attack this one, if he pushes out, if I can push probably realistically this way, I can probably push down to maybe R5, something like that, and kind of carve out a little bit of territory in there to live. So white does that, he pushes out, and here we threaten to cut through. Pretty standard, I like to do that. It kind of gives you a free play, right? Because you're supplementing your stone here. I only have one. I get kind of a free play with the second stone by threatening to cut through. I'm expecting white to respond and go into this point right here. But white doesn't do that, which is interesting. He just kind of leaves it open. So I'm going to take advantage. I'm going to take that cut. Then white, extends, I guess, to reach around, but we just push right through. And right there, this is where, we start to take our advantage. And it shows that we're playing a weaker player. So we've killed this stone off now. He can fight down here if he wants, and maybe there's a long shot chance that he connects underneath this way, but it's not even worth trying to save that stone at this point. So now my territory all of a sudden is looking a little more like this, that's a pretty big group with lots of influence. If I can link all that up, we're in really good shape. So white is kind of pushing into that space. Sure, again, we threaten the cutting point. White, again, leaves it. Like, okay. No, it's a free move, right? Say, hey, I'm going to extend here. Again, I turn my group of 4 stones into 5, which is a little bit more security, a little more safety. Because I expect white to throw in there, and he doesn't. So then again, I'm going to take it. If you're going to give me a free cut like that, and it's going to make it more, much more difficult for my opponent, let's do it. So at this point, we've kind of isolated this stone, and that gives us the opportunity to cut right here at N13. Given that I have the stones up here, he can ladder me, and it doesn't really matter, right? I'm going to hit my own stone here at some point right there, or if he ladders me up this way, again, we're bumping into our own stone, so he's not going to kill us off with the ladder, which made it free for me to attack this stone and that cutting point. So black does indeed put me into Atari, sure. Plays a nice little sort of a safety play there to protect his 2 cutting points. And at this point now, we've, I'd say, almost guaranteed that we kill off this stone. So we got 2 little kills, and we've really sort of pumped out our corner territory from, the outline previously was kind of like this, but now like our corner is kind of like out here. Like we have kind of all this shaping up to be one group, everything in that space, which is, it's starting to move in our favor. The momentum's swinging our direction here. So, and we're just going to keep pushing it over this way, sure. Did we lock it up? No. So at this point, I'm just going to back it up right to here, take a quick little snapshot of where we're at. So sure enough, our territory was, we've completely carved off that corner. There's no way White's going to throw in there. And he could maybe try something with this stone and try and live in this space here, but it's not going to happen. My framework's too solid, I think, here. I have the corner locked down with those two and some pretty strong plays. Like White could play here to force this Atari. And then he's got this group to attack, but I could just push it this way and put this stone into Atari. So realistically, I'm playing a weaker opponent. I don't expect him to attack this, and if he even does, I should be able to fight that off. So, but the flip side of that is, we have a little group over here, but the flip side is White has formed a pretty solid wall up along here, and then of course he's at the bottom. What we don't want is for him to, he's kind of got this too, right? So what we don't want is for him to make this connection up and down right here, and then circle up this whole middle of the board. Because if he gets that, and I'm just left with my upper portion and this little group over here, I'm probably going to lose. Like, White's got more territory. Now, that said, there's points down here. I can attack down here. I can throw in down here. I can throw in over here somewhere. So I can still attack the bottom of the board, but I don't want to give this up. That's a huge chunk of territory. So that preempts this play right here. We just throw in right in the middle. And the beauty of this is, however White wants to defend this or attack this stone, I just go the other direction, right? White wants to kind of separate me from my group over here on the left, and by playing here, like G9, something like that, well, I'd probably push over to the right. And same thing, like White can go down to the bottom, he can go to the top, and I just go the other direction. There's so much space in every direction here. Whatever side White approaches me from, I just go the other way, so it really doesn't matter. It just gives me the freedom to move around in there. And then White chooses, to his own detriment here, to not approach me. He is trying to sort of cut me off, it looks like, from the left-hand group by forming up that wall, but he's completely left my stone alone and just giving me a free play. So I got a couple free plays over here, with this cutting stone, and this cutting stone here. And again, he's giving me another free play. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to exploit that Atari, because he's got these weak cutting points up here. If I just back it up one, oops, back it up, there we go. He's got two cutting points I can exploit. This one and this one. Either one of those is going to put this White stone into Atari. And Atari is kind of like a free move in it itself, right? Because you're forcing your opponent into a response, and you kind of get your stone in there for free. Again, the flip side is maybe kind of like down here, maybe he just lets you, take the kill. So that's even better sometimes. So, but you're assuming that your opponent's not going to do that. So in this case, what do? We're trying to get a free play and push back this way, because what we want to do, right, we have this stone in the middle, but what I'm really trying to do is create some kind of a framework here in the middle, where I can live and not have to be connected to this group on the left or the group on the right. But if there's enough space in there that I can get two eyes and I can live. So the more stones I can kind of scatter throughout the center area, the more chance that I have of creating some eyes, just creating a little chaos and confusion for my opponent and building up a framework for myself. So the first step in that is putting my opponent into Atari. Assuming he's going to respond, then it kind of gives me a free play, right? So, bingo. He pushes left, I get a free play, and then, guess what? We get another Atari, another free play. We're forcing our opponent to respond here, and that's what he does. So we got two free plays, and now we play our third, and forcing play, and then our true real play. We now have a framework up here, 4 stones, whereas we maybe only would have had 2. But using those Ataris, you get a couple free plays, right? So recognizing that, hey, we might lose one of these, but it's just better to have something to work with up here. Now we have 4 to start with, as opposed to just 1, and he could have gotten aggressive right away and attached or really pushed that stone. So a couple free plays in the middle, and now White really has to start addressing that. He's threatening that cutting point, and you know what? I'm fine with him taking that. He goes in here, I'm going to double Atari, because this stone and this stone will both be Atari. Realistically, I'd probably play here. I'm going to link up this way, and I have this stone, and I don't have any eyes formed or anything yet, but at least I have, I would technically have a group. Let's just quickly play this out, right? So if white were to put me into Atari, I would play here. Say what's he do? He probably plays out like this. I link up. And again, I don't have the eyes built up, but I'm in much better shape to win something in the middle of the board now, because my group here has a ton of liberties. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 liberties to play with. So it's going to be tough to kill that group, but it just gives me a lot of freedom to, I can try and link up this way, I can try and form some eyes over here, I can maybe threaten this group here, I can certainly try and threaten, this group or this group. So it just gives me the freedom to play around in the middle now that I'm all linked up. He's not going to kill me off in 2 moves, and I have the freedom to kind of explore that a little bit and push the boundaries and see what we can make out of this center group. So I know I'm going to sacrifice this stone here at L12. It's fine. It's not a big deal. What I really want is a framework built up just so I can live in here and take away that territory from my opponent and subtract that. So what does white do? Kind of what I did. He threatened my cutting point, but unlike him, I'm not going to let him take it. I'm not going to just give him that free cut, because then pretty much guarantees my death. So I'm going to link up. And then white just doesn't respond. And I think this is sort of the downfall of white in this game is he played this stone over here earlier. He played this one when he should have been addressing my group in the middle. He's just giving me free plays. The theme of this game is free plays, if you haven't noticed. So again, he's giving me a point here to cut through. He does sort of repel me out of there with that link up. Again, though, he's just ignoring the middle of the board, and it gives me a free play, because I'm recognizing, hey, I got a free play. He's just not addressing it. By playing here, I'm forcing him now to probably play here, right? Because if he doesn't, and I take that spot, then I'm putting this stone into Atari. That's a kill, and I'm basically guaranteeing, maybe not guaranteeing, but there's certainly a strong case for an eye in there at that point, right? And maybe we'll just play that out. So say white does something like, I don't know, why would he would probably play, I don't know, say he doesn't play anywhere near there. Say he plays over here, whatever. I go here, or actually even better yet, I'd probably go here. And then maybe that does actually guarantee the eye. So just saying that he needs to address this, right? He does, he puts me into Atari, sure. We'll link up, puts him into Atari, but this is all kind of a setup, right? Because now, those last couple plays, look at this group here. It's 5 stones, but it's only got 2 liberties. And if I force him into Atari, what I'm going for here is, I want to play here. Because, I'm just going to back that up a couple, because the setup to this was pretty nice. We're pushing our way out, we're assuming that white is going to play here, right? Because he knows that's going to put me into Atari. But it's, by playing these 2 in here and linking up, we're really limiting the liberties for this white group. And if I can play right here, white's down to 1 liberty. Oh, he's got to play that. All of a sudden he links up. This is connected to this group of 3. At that point, he's only going to have 2 liberties left. I can play here, and I can kill this whole group off, right? So let's quickly play that out. Let's say I play here, and I link up, and then maybe white goes here. This is what I was hoping. White played here to save this stone and not see that I can play here. I gotta force this play over here. He's gotta link up. Guess what? I play here. He's down to 1. He can't do anything about it. Sure, you can put me into double Atari if you want. I'd take the kill. I basically win the game at this point. But going back to what actually happened here, white, I don't think he saved this stone, did he? No. So he recognizes this, so kudos to him for an 18Q to recognize this. Actually, good job for him. So he's saying, you know what, you can take my stone here, but I'm going to protect my groups over here. Sure. But a little short-sighted because didn't play that necessarily correctly. Because now I can still attack, right? He's still got cutting points here. He's still got cutting points here. I want one of those, right? White doesn't really, unfortunately, recognize it. White should have played here, right? Because now, guess what? It's the same situation. This group is an Atari. He's got to link up. Let's just play it out, right? Oh, I'm an Atari. I've got to link up. Same situation. So just because you saved it once doesn't mean you don't have to save it a second time. Let's quickly back that up again. White should have played, instead of playing here, I think White maybe wouldn't have even mattered. I was going to say White maybe should have played here, but he was kind of so inside out and turned around here that I don't know if it would have mattered, because I could have played here. White could have probably makes sense to put me into Atari this way. I play up, he's killed, yeah, it wouldn't have mattered. So White misplayed that, bit of a mistake on his part. Instead of playing here, he should have played something more like this, because where he did play, he still left those cutting points here and here, so that the groups were pretty much in the same situation, and it allowed me to throw in and get that kill. At this point, White resigned, and we took the game. So, kind of a fun game. We got sort of aggressive here in the middle. And it was fun, but it really came down to those free moves. There was a couple free plays here, right? He gave me a free cut up here somewhere. He gave me a free cut over here. He played over here and gave me a free move in the middle. And then we got those free moves from the Ataris. So you just can't be giving your opponent a bunch of free moves and expect to win the game. So fun match. Short one, only made it to 71 plays, but sometimes those are the fun ones. So we'll wrap it up there. Thanks for watching. These ladder games are fun. I have a few more of those on the go. They're more fun for me sometimes because I have time to actually think through the scenarios and I'm not super rushed trying to just play a move in 20 seconds without really thinking through all the ramifications of that play. So we'll wrap it up there. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Let's go.